You know, the subnet owner said that they will, but if wishes were horses, then beggars would ride. Hey, this is Travis. Today we look at Targon, the oldest Bittensor subnet, and I'm actually going to use Targon. I'm actually going to spin up a machine to actually run a CPU intensive program that I wrote, and you're going to get to watch me try to use a subnet for the very first time. I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to spin up a CPU using Targon, but you're going to get front row seats watching me try to use a subnet. Oh, and the program that I wrote that I'm going to try to run on one of these machines is kind of like Pokemon, but for Vanity wallet generation. I know it's weird, but I think it'll actually be a really good program to kind of test out that Targon is doing what they say they do, because I know how fast my computer can run it, and I'm really hoping that a Targon server is going to be able to run it much faster. So as AI advances, large businesses, large corporations are the only ones who have the capital available to pay for the large data centers required for training AI. So the supply of large-scale GPU is centralized in the control of companies with a lot of capital. Enter decentralization, Bittensor, and specifically Targon. Targon's virtual machine decentralizes GPU provisioning so that you and me, we can provide GPU and get rewarded from the subnet for our contribution. And then the subnet aggregates and scales up and down based on customer demand, based on their usage. But decentralized compute has been tried before, and there's a major problem with decentralized compute. And that is, how do you know that your GPU provider isn't looking at your data? Because you want to rent the machine, but you also don't want them looking at your data. So Targon was the first to solve this confidential computing problem in a decentralized way. So CPU workloads on Targon run on confidential virtual machines where their CPU memory is hardware encrypted. And GPU workloads are encrypted end-to-end. So the compute host cannot see what's actually being done on their machine, protecting customers' privacy. So specifically on Hopper and Blackwell GPUs, this end-to-end hardware encryption is available, and Targon takes advantage of this. Now, this is actually very important for enterprise customers. They need to be able to safeguard their customers' data. Now, mining on the subnet is actually really cool. Miners bid on the hourly price that they're willing to give. It's actually a competition to provide the cheapest GPU. And so clearly you're going to find the best providers of GPU in the world. So in this way, Targon is incentivizing lower and lower pricing. And if you are able to provide GPU at a cheaper price than what we see later on in this video, then you could be a miner and you could make money off of Targon by providing GPUs. There's a link to Targon in the description. Now, Manifold Labs here runs Targon, and they raised a 10.5 million Series A, and that's to provide runway and expand their team. They've also developed a serverless SDK here, allowing you to easily leverage their secure compute. It's a Python SDK, and the usage is optimized in such a way that you only pay for what you use. So you're only paying for the exact amount of compute that you need. Now, they already have revenue, and they have a whole bunch of subnets that are already customers. This is actually many of them here. So we've got subnet 11, 117, 120, 17, 24, 59, and 62. I think there's a couple here I missed as well. However, we have yet to see burns on the subnet. You know, on a subnet that is this productive, has been around this long, that's weird to me. Like, how are they expecting to keep the price of their subnet token high? And so to answer this question, what I usually do is I go to the Bittensor Discord, I put in the number of the subnet, so in this case it's 4, and then I search for the word buyback. And we can see here, there's the buyback wallet here. So let's take a look at this wallet. So right now there's around 2,000 tau worth of their alpha token that they have in this buyback wallet. And so revenue is going into this wallet, and you can see here that it's trickling in, you know, small amounts over time. If we expand it here, we can see some larger amounts here. So then the question is, are they going to burn this? What are they going to do with this revenue? Now, personally, I think if you want to keep your subnet token scarce and therefore valuable, then you're going to have to do buyback and burns. So I wondered what Targon has planned here. So I went back here and I had noticed that Fish had asked any plans to burn those buybacks. And the subnet owner here replied with they need to coordinate with their lawyers in respect to legal entities so that they can enable the subnet to burn alpha. And so they are planning to burn alpha. And as Caro says here, lawyers work in weeks. So we're not sure when exactly that'll happen. That was way back in November. All right, so now I'm going to try using Targon for the very first time. So I guess we sign up here. And then we've got an account here. If we go up to dashboard and then add plus here, then hit add credits. I'm going to use the free $10 worth of compute here. To do that, I'm going to hit add promo code, paste in starter 10. So this is a promo code for $10 of free compute using Targon. Try it out. I'm going to hit complete order here. All right, so what I want to do is I want to see if I can run WalletX on Targon. So WalletX is just a repository that I made that helps me find vanity wallets for Bittensor. And I wonder if maybe I could find some vanity wallets quicker using Targon. And of course, with the confidential compute part, it's a safer way to generate these wallets than on like a regular cloud provider. So I'm going to go up here to rentals. I'm going to hit create rental. And I'm just going to go with the most expensive CPU server here. They've got some templates here. I'm going to use their Targon Ubuntu. So I've put in a name here and my public key, and a rental name here, and hit start rental. Oh, it says it's already up and running. I guess I'll just try SSHing into the machine then. So I'll paste that in here, hit enter. That looks right. Permission denied. Okay, that clearly didn't work. So if I go into configuration here and I go to SSH public keys, I don't see my public key in here. So I'm going to add that. And now a key is showing up. No SSH keys added to rental. Why is that? Okay, so it's showing no SSH keys here. You have to go up to edit here and then find the SSH key you want to use here and then hit update rental. And there we go. So we actually have it attached. So now let's try SSHing into the machine. I'm going to copy this command here, paste it in here. Ooh, fancy. All right, let's see if I can get WalletX running on here. So I'm going to clone the code. I guess I have to do it this way. Okay, let's take a look at WalletX. Probably have to do some installing. All right, so I've installed a whole bunch of stuff. And so Python generate wallets. And look at that. Oh man, it's generating wallets really fast. Okay, so this is clearly much faster than on my computer. Here's it running on my computer. Yeah, it's just very slowly chugging through them. So I'm going to stop this. Now what WalletX does is it finds vanity wallets for you. So you can see like this one starts with gear. This one ends with no, cano, wire, aux and dads. Now it's hard to create vanity wallets unless you've got a lot of CPU. And so that's why I was kind of excited to use Targon, because I want to see if I can generate some really long words. So I'm going to go with a minimum length of 6-letter words. All right, you can see it's generating them much slower now that it's only saving the wallets with at least 6 letters in the name. So spring, scarce, fibers, etched, cement. Doing this on my local computer takes much, much longer. So this is actually kind of fun. And then now that I've stopped it, I can go and I can look at the raw addresses file. And you can actually see the mnemonics that would create these wallets here. So if you wanted the one that ended with scarce here, this is the mnemonic that creates that. Now, of course, you'd be doing this on your own machine or on Targon, generating these wallets in such a way that it's, not public. Obviously, I'm not going to use any of these wallets because you can see the mnemonic here. Okay, so I'm going to leave this for a few minutes here. Now, if we go back to rentals and you click create rental here, you can see all these different GPU servers here. So they range from, smaller CPUs, at a really cheap cost here, up to larger 16V CPUs. And then we've got some H200s available here. You can rent RTX 4090s all the way up to B200s. Those are for training absolutely massive AIs with huge context windows. So looking at Targon on Taoflute here, you can see there's really no red flags. The only kind of yellow flag here is that the subnet owner is a 21% whale, which is not too uncommon. They've been putting out code here. Their team is quite active on Discord as well. Let's take a look at their X. Their most recent tweet is about purchasing 350 tau worth of subnet 4 alpha, buying back from their revenues. The last thing here is their liquidation price is high. It's higher than their price. That means that there's a lot of tau in their pool. We can see here that their miner burn fluctuates between 20 and 50%. It's good that they're being conscientious about how much they're giving out to miners, and they're fairly active on Twitter. This is the last 6 months worth of activity here, so their team is just constantly active. I can see that the second largest wallet next to the subnet owner wallet here holds around 4% of the circulating supply, which is again pretty reasonable for the subnet. So I think my main concern with the subnet is when are they going to be doing buyback and burns? You know, the subnet owner said that they will, but if wishes were horses, then beggars would ride. So I think Targon is doing a lot right, and they have a large team now, and they've received a lot of emissions from Bittensor so far now, and I think they really need to start thinking about how to drive value to their alpha token. They're clearly a cracked team, and that helps a lot, but there's other subnets that are newer and already have buybacks, so I think it's very important that Targon gets their buyback and burns going soon. Let me know what your thoughts are, and were there any cool wallets that passed here? I'm not sure. I'm going to check. All right. Oh, we got a couple 7-letter ones. Let's see what those ones are. We've got Coaster, Endured Ferrari, and Highway. Nice. If you're interested, there is a link to WalletX in the description if you want to generate your own Vanity wallets. So I think Targon is one of these mature subnets that's really displaying Bittensor's abilities, gathering miners and actually producing a product at the end that is usable and seems to work well for me. The service is really cheap. They're building out their team. They clearly have a long-term vision for the subnet as well. So I wish them a lot of luck, and I cannot wait for buybacks and burns.